Hello, everybody. How the hell are you? It's Doc Kane coming at you from beautiful Kobe, Japan, here on June 7th, 2021, with the podcast, Marketers Who Can't Market. This is the podcast, the place you can come to if you're thinking, like, I've been a marketer for so long and I'm a little puzzled lately. I really don't know if I'm doing it right anymore. I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm puzzled. I feel like I need help. Can you help me? That's kind of what we try to do here. We want you to kind of think about things because we're trying to do the same. And every once in a while, someone comes on and they tell us, hey, you're thinking about shit all wrong. This is how you should really be thinking about it. And those people are coming up soon because very, very shortly we're going to have interviews. And I want to interview you too. Will you come and chat with me? I don't care where you live. I don't care what you're doing. As long as you're kind of doing some kind of marketing sales thing, I want to chat with you. Tell me what you know. Tell us what you know. Save us from ourselves, will you? Please? All right. So today's podcast, what are we talking about? We are talking about the idea of being a skeptic. Lately, I have been quite immersed in this world of SEO and affiliate marketing, and I've been familiar with this world for a long time. Like, I was an Amazon affiliate. I remember like hand coding links from hell in what would have been about probably 1999, I think, 1999, 2000, 2001, for sure 2000 and 2001, because I was a history advisor, and I remember doing this, like waiting for students to come in, working on my website, which was musicbusinesspage.com, which still exists. New version of that book, new edition of that book coming out, actually, beginning of next year. But anyway, I've been around this world for a long time, the affiliate marketing world and SEO world, and black hat SEO was a thing even back then, right? Now they call it gray hat, because black hat is so frowned upon, and nobody wants to be seen as black hat anymore, even though the people I think that are practicing gray hat marketing are just pretty much black hat marketers who haven't been caught yet, or who Google hasn't slapped yet. Russell Brunson refers to this thing in his book Traffic Secrets as the Google slap. And, you get slapped by Google, meaning your ranking goes down because you produce sneaky stuff, or it's content that's not really good. It's designed simply to attract hits, traffic, which inflates your real value, right? So this still happens today, right? But lately, I've been reading a lot from a few people to learn some more of the technical aspects of SEO, and there are things to learn that I don't know, of course, and I've enjoyed learning from some folks about this sort of stuff. But what I've noticed is pretty much every single person that I'm learning from will reference achievements of their own, if they're an SEO consultant, or they or have a position in the industry as they're seen as an SEO expert. They reference achievements that they've made, or their clients have made, or they'll interview people who have made certain achievements with regard to ranking or sales or whatever. And not one single one of these people will ever reference an actual website that you can look at. You can't get any idea as to what it is these people are actually doing to get these so-called results. There's no mention of niche nearly every time. Sometimes you'll hear, oh, it's in the computer niche, or it's in the kitchen niche. Well, fuck, that could be anything. How many fucking things do I have in my own kitchen that I could write about? The niches are ridiculously large. They don't tell you anything. And it's quite disappointing. And what's most disappointing about it is anybody who's trying to do this sort of work, affiliate marketing, trying to create a business for yourself, And not some bullshit like business where you have to put personas on your webpage because you're not writing your own content. You're hiring some guy in a country where you can pay them 2 cents a word and then making money apparently hand over fist. And then you have to fake it to pretend to be a real company. People are out there trying to create actual companies, and they're trying to get information about how to do that. And I'm a bit tired of reading these things, and I don't read them anymore. The last week I stopped reading them, maybe even before that, because they're all garbage. They don't tell you anything. And I would like to encourage you to do the same. If you haven't yet read any of them, read as much as you need to get a feel for the kinds of things that they're generally talking about. Get a feel for some aspect of technique, because you can glean that from these case studies. But they're not real case studies. And why are they not real case studies, and why can they not be trusted? And why should you maybe lean beyond being a skeptic and maybe lean toward being a cynic on these things? Because you have to think about why these case studies exist, right? And if you think about SEO in general, the whole idea is to draw traffic and links, right? And to create content that's linkable. When you create a case study, quote unquote, that is talking about money, people are searching for money always, ways to make money, ways to work from home, ways to do affiliate marketing, ways to do an Amazon store forever and ever and ever. And so if, let's say, some SEO person who has a reputation creates an article about some 0 to 12,000 in 6 months website, it's going to get attention. Everybody else who's of the same mindset is going to link to it. I'm going to find it because I'm looking for just general SEO technique. Everybody's going to find it. They're going to talk about it in Facebook. So 3 things happen, right? So the person writing about it, the person, I should say, hosting the article on their site gets traffic and links to the article, which helps boost their overall numbers, which helps boost their ability to sell their course or whatever it is they're trying to move, right? Okay, that's the biggest thing. The second thing is the person who apparently is this person who's achieved some sort of success with this particular site, who is being written about by the person hosting it. That person's going to get links then to his or her site from the big SEO expert site, right? So that person gains as well. And again, so that person gains as well, and they're going to get traffic and all sorts of things, and maybe they too want to be like hired as a consultant at some point in time. Both of these people, the third reason for this, not really a reason, those are the 2 big reasons. The third thing that happens is by not mentioning anything, nobody is really in the spotlight, right? So the questions that are left unspoken remain unspoken. There's no way to get to the bottom of the story, and nobody's held accountable either. It's just there. And so what I notice here in like, sometimes these things will end up in a Facebook group, and people will start to ask questions. What niche? What niche is the biggest thing? Because people know not to ask about the URL, because these guys never fucking give out the URL. But what niche? And so people will often give the niche. Not often give the niche. Most people don't, actually, but sometimes they do give the niche. And then, but I want to know some other things. Like I will ask, what country is the site focused on? What language is the site written in? And where are the majority of your customers, buyers, your affiliate buyers coming from? Pretty much nobody answers those questions because those give away a little bit of real information that would discount the value of this so-called case study, right? So if this is a true example, for example, and this is written in a country where there's 0 English language traffic about this sort of thing, then yeah, you might be able to move computers in that country, if that's your niche, let's say. But you're not going to be able to do that in America, where most of these people are reading this thing, right? So all of this is really, really important. Ask questions when you see these sorts of stories, but be very, very skeptical, bordering on being a cynic, right? Because you would do that if you were looking at a research study or a case study about anything else, right? If there was something on the news about some sort of successful health technique, a drug result, even just a simple marketing success story that a regular business is talking about, none of these things would be spoken about if they didn't have verifiable content. None of them. And you wouldn't believe them if they didn't have that, right? So why is it that we're going to give these things a grain of salt? We shouldn't. So use them for what they're good for, which is basic information as to what you should be looking for, and then stop looking at them. Don't give these people the attention that they're getting as a result of this really bullshit content. On that note, if you have a case study that you would like to feature where you are going to reveal the URL and have me take a look at the data and there is no hiding behind curtains, then I want to talk with you. So I'm writing a book that is coming out in July called Sales and Marketing Unvarnished. Why do I keep saying unvarnished? Sales and Marketing Unvarnished, and this is one of the things that I'm going to talk about. I'm probably not going to be covering it in this first edition of the book, but it's going to be a series that focuses on different specific things, because there are different things that people need to know. Not everybody needs to know about Facebook ads, let's say, if they're already good at that. Not everybody needs to know about SEO or content creation or even mindset, which some people really do need to kind of get a feel for. And I'm not talking about like foo-foo kind of bullshit mindset like think positive. I'm talking about real ways of looking at your marketplace, real considerations you have to make, things that you have to dismiss if you've got a certain way of thinking already, and on and on and on. That kind of mindset, right? But if you have examples of successes you've had or you've had with a client, whether it's in the marketing sphere, the general marketing sphere, or the online marketing sphere, specifically affiliates and Amazon or Amazon stores or Shopify stores, sort of online e-commerce, then please do reach out. I would love to chat with you. And then you would get real genuine feedback and results as a result of sharing that sort of information and really helping people, right? So there you have it. Be a skeptic. Be a cynic. I'm not sure which I'm more of. Well, it depends on the day. But I'm definitely always skeptical. Always, always, always. And it's a good place to be, right? As my chemistry teacher used to tell me, never assume anything, right? Because when you assume, you know the joke, right? Yeah, I don't want to do that. So there you have it. Podcast for June 7th. Hopefully I made some sense. If I did, go ahead and like, subscribe, or not. Doesn't matter really. It's kind of nice to see it, but it doesn't really matter a whole lot. I'm going to keep doing these things anyway. And I want you on the podcast, so hit me up, doc@nihonhustle.com, and we'll get you in there, right? All right, peace out for today. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you later.